Hey guys, welcome to Nyonya Cooking. It's time to attempt another typical Peranakan dish or a typical Nyonya dish. So in my last live stream, I did tell you that I really want to eat this spicy, tangy, sourish dish that I love so much. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to recreate this dish, and this is how to create Asam Pedas Ikan. Asam refers to the ingredient that provides sourness to this dish, while pedas means spicy. Ikan, on the other hand, means fish. So as you may have already guessed, this will be a fish dish. I absolutely love this dish because it's just so appetizing, especially when eaten with rice, curries with rice. You got me there. I'm going to show you the ingredients right now. We are going to use ikan pari or stingray for this dish. Now to add some sourness to the dish, we'll need some tamarind paste, these are with seeds, and also tamarind peel, or also known as asam keping. We are going to add some aroma by adding some lime leaves. As for vegetables, we use some tomatoes, aubergine, and also ladyfingers. Of course, the heart and soul to chili paste would be dried chilies. Over here I have some spices which we are going to blend. We have lemongrass, candle nut, shallots, garlic, blue ginger, turmeric, ginger torch flour, and also shrimp paste. Now it may seem like there are lots of ingredients here, but trust me, the taste is really worth it. There are two ingredients which I did not get in Germany. First of all would be these ginger torch flowers. I got them flown from Malaysia and then I froze them. So it's much better than not having it. If you do not have it, then just skip it. It's not really a big issue, but it really adds these distinctive flavors of asam pedas. And if you've seen my asam laksa video, you would also notice that I did mention you may want to add this into your asam laksa. Now you would also notice that when it's a sour dish, this comes in hand. So if you do not have it, just skip it. And the second ingredient would be asam keping. Now asam keping is also another ingredient that provides some sourness, just like tamarind. If you do not have this, then just add more tamarind to substitute the flavors and add more sourness to it. But this tamarind peel really add a different kind of sourness compared to tamarind. So I got this also from Malaysia, and it's not really easily available in Europe. But we make do with what we have. As you can see, the rest of the ingredients are widely available in Europe. So if I can get them in Germany, I'm sure you can cook them anywhere else in the world. Now, we will begin with blending the ingredients. Remember to toast the shrimp paste or belacan and also soak these dried chilies. If you like, you can also remove the seeds and also the membrane, so that would reduce the spiciness in the dish. Now before I blend the spices, I'm going to soak this tamarind paste, and these are with seeds in the water, and it has to be warm or hot water. You can get those tamarind paste without seeds. I prefer them with seeds. Then lightly press it. Then I'm going to just lift this aside while we blend our spices. Using my trusted blender, I'm first going to add the dried chilies, shallots. I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces, lemongrass, garlic, turmeric, and also blue ginger. Now before you start wondering what blue ginger is actually just galangal. I used to call it galangal in my other videos. And lastly, we're going to add candle nut. Now it's time to blend. Alright, so it's nicely blended. Just before we finish blending, I'm going to add the shrimp paste. And then let it blend for a few more seconds. Alright, the chili paste is now ready, and in Malay we call this rempah. The next step is to cook the rempah. We need some oil in the pot. Do ensure that the oil is hot, and then we're going to transfer the rempah directly into it. cooking this at low heat until the color starts to darken, and you will also notice that the oil starts to separate from the rempah or chili paste. It has been about more or less 8 minutes, and then we now realize the rempah is ready because the oil is separating, the color has already changed. And then I will add the ginger torch flowers. Give it a few quick stirs. You can smell the greatness of this dish right now at this moment, and I love cooking such dishes that really brings back memories. So at this point of time, we are going to add the tamarind water. Now it's ready, but be very careful because we wouldn't want the seeds in the curry. What I'm going to do is just run this through a sieve. And sometimes, just to ensure that I get every bit of the tamarind in, I dip the sieve into the water and then just vigorously mix it. Increase the heat, let it start boiling again, and then we're going to add these tamarind peels. So meanwhile, while waiting for it to boil, I'm going to cut the vegetables. So we have aubergine here. So I didn't cut this earlier because it oxidized after a while. I'm very lucky to be in a country where I can get stingray. Now, if you cannot get stingray, you can use different types of fishes. White fish would be the best, so you can use tilapia, sea bass. It really doesn't matter. Now that it's beginning to boil, we'll add the tamarind peel. Stir it. This is like a magic pot of mixture. I'm so excited. If you cannot feel my excitement from the video, I'm looking very hungry right now. So for vegetables, I have tomatoes, lady fingers, and also aubergine. I think tomatoes are really great, so especially in this dish. Now I'm going to add the vegetables into the pot. Now let this continue cooking until the vegetables are almost soft, but not too soft. You wouldn't want everything to be mushy. And then we're going to add the fish inside. It's not going to take too long for the fish to cook. But before that, we're going to add a bit of sugar to this dish just to enhance the flavors. Now, of course, a bit of salt just to balance the sweetness, sourness, spiciness. Now to the last step of the dish, and we are going to put the fish into the pot here, and then let this continue cooking until it starts boiling again. It should take about 8 to 10 minutes until the fish is already finished cooking. So I am so excited to try it. If you can get hold of laksa leaves or Vietnamese coriander, you can add it to this dish. That will also help to enhance the flavors. Now I use it in the other recipe, Asam laksa. So if you don't know what it is, you can check out that recipe. It will be linked in the description box. Just before the dish finishes, we are going to add lime leaves. Smells awesome. Into the pot. So bruise it a little. Starting to boil. I'm going to be really careful here because I don't want the flesh to tear apart. Okay, starts boiling. We're going to switch the stove off. And the dish is done. That's about it. It looks like there's a lot of ingredients, but the flavor, I tell you, is just so worth it. And now I'm just going to try it. And you have this whole pot of goodness. And as usual, we'll need to taste a little. Oh, look at that, look at that. And this is exactly what I love in stingrays. The flesh is just so soft. Now, with a bit of gravy. Remember, we add candle nuts to this dish, and that's to thicken the gravy. So now we have a bit of gravy, a bit of fish. This to me is the best seafood dish ever. Nothing beats that. I'm going to have a bit of aubergine, also my favorite vegetable. A bit of gravy too. Now just the gravy by itself, I'm going to taste that. Boy, this is so good. It balances everything, the taste of spiciness, sourness, sweetness from the tomatoes, and then we also added a bit of sugar just to, sweeten things up. I love the flavors in this. You have to try it with seafood, however. Use any types of fish that you like. White fish would be the best. My personal preference, stingray, and of course, the last slurp before I move on to eating this with rice. The dish came together harmoniously, looks so beautiful, and I can't wait to show you more recipes. Give me a thumbs up while you're here and also subscribe to this channel if you have not. Do you know you can also inspire others to cook? It's so simple. Once you've tried any recipes on Nyonya Cooking, join the rest of the Nyonya community and upload your delicious recreations. Until then, I wish you happy cooking!